I'm feeling good this morning with a cup of Joe. Dun. Good this morning. Chimera doesn't blow. Dun.
That was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that was bad.
I am inspired to buy some Chimera coffee.
On that note, just give me the coupon code because they're definitely going to just chime in.
Yeah, chimeracoffee.com. Coupon code show the art.
Cup of Joe.
And feel like Ames right now on Cloud 9.
Cloud 9, baby.
Let's go, champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? You guys are listening to the Show the Art podcast. We are your host, Ames and Abe. Abe,
yo,
my brother. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Caffeinated?
I'm caffeinated.
You feeling good? Feeling right?
Yeah, man.
Feeling tight?
Yeah, check the Instagram.
All night? Yeah, check the Instagram. He made a little, not a little, he made a fresh batch of Chimera coffee. He used the AeroPress with it, right, to brew that bad boy.
Correctamundo.
Just in case anyone isn't really coffee savvy, what is an AeroPress? Or can you kind of give them like a little visual of
an
what the process is?
I'll tell you. First, AeroPress has 3 parts and a filter. Okay. 3 pieces and a filter.
Okay. What does it look like?
It looks like a tube that fits inside of a tube with a plunger.
Okay.
It's like sticking a plunger down a pipe that fits the plunger.
There's let's do it. Say it one more time, just in case no one caught that. One more time. You're taking a tube.
You're taking it looks like you're taking a plunger.
Okay.
You're sticking it down a pipe.
Mm-hmm. Now you know why he uses the AeroPress, guys.
And at the end of said pipe, is a filter
at the bottom. Right.
At the bottom. So you're pushing this plunger, and the air pressure is the air pressure is pushing the water through the ground.
It's pushing the fluids.
Through the
filter.
Through the grinds.
Okay, through the grinds.
Which eventually go through the filter.
Okay.
So I hear that the pressure it creates because it's a plunger. Mm-hmm. It's like a vacuum, I guess, or some shit. And I hear that speeds up the extraction process from the coffee grounds. Don't quote me on that.
Nice. Okay. Well, no. I guess I'm pretty sure everyone has a good visual. They have a visual of something, whether it's a coffee or jokes.
Now, the good thing about the AeroPress is it's inexpensive. Mm-hmm. And you can bring it anywhere you want.
Very fast, easy cleanup. If you guys are into French press, it's very similar. The cleanup was a lot better because I had a French press. Oh, I still do use the French press, and I just hate the cleanup. I hate like cleaning out the grinds from the bottom. Yeah,
it's an easy cleanup.
Yeah.
And didn't you get it because it looked like your sex toys? That's why you're like, oh man, this is perfect. It'll fit it'll fit in the same bag.
Yeah,
when I go through TSA, they won't even notice because like I'm on the sex toys list.
Yeah, I actually saw you shopping for the same one. So you had the Fresh Prince and the AeroPress. It sounded like I said Fresh Prince. Yeah, I'm gonna take an L for that one. I did not have a fast comeback. It's great when you're throwing at jokes and that person is just looking at you smiling, and you won because when they're not talking. When you don't talk, you lose. When you just grin, it's just like once 2 seconds passes, like, oh homie, you lost.
Yeah,
take that L.
I'm
gonna take that L.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you're gonna come back stronger.
Yeah. Later, I'm gonna figure out a way to get you back, but for now, I'm gonna take that L. So, moving right along. Although I could talk about coffee all day. You know what? Let me talk about coffee a little bit more. Coffee, just strictly coffee. I jumped into a podcast. They're not even like asking me to promote them, but for anyone out there that is into coffee, like just in kind of the beginning, the inception of your coffee, there's a podcast. Let me look at it right now. It's called the Coffee Podcast. Very simple.
That's it. Just the coffee. Podcast?
Yeah. And they're two baristas. Is that the proper name? He's filling up more Chimera coffee brew. He's watering it down.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's a coffee podcast, 2 dudes. I forgot their names. I just stumbled upon it 2 days ago. I'm on like episode 3 or 4. Whatever.
And what is this podcast about?
They basically give you like, they kind of break down like your journey into coffee. Like they explain like the different tastes much better.
Yeah.
They for example, one episode is talking about the beans that you use, whether you use a Kenya,
talking
Ethiopia, Colombian, all those. So they tell you what it tastes like, what it's supposed to taste like.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So for people like us, or if you're trying to get into coffee, it's a really good podcast.
How much are they paying you to cut me in?
No, they bought me a protein shake from GNC.
That's it.
That's it. I'm an easy buy. So if you guys are trying to sell anything, just get me a protein shake from anywhere. And as long as there's 25 grams of protein, I'm good to go. So moving right along.
Hold on. Why 25 grams? Like, why is that the magic number?
No, it's just a good serving to have. You don't want to have your body won't be able to break down like.
So then why do they put
protein.
14 in some and 16 in others? And
well,
20?
I try to get 180 grams of protein, so it makes it easy for me to remember.
Okay.
For protein wise, the scoop it's just like 24, 25.
What is the best source of protein? Like when you're taking supplements, like powders. What is the best one that your body will, I guess, assimilate?
Whey hydrolyzed, or I'm not really too savvy on that. I just go whey. Protein.
So not like oats milk protein.
No,
or
you
hemp
could.
protein.
There
or
probably is a lot
cricket
of
protein.
Yeah, cricket. Do you know there's actually?
I tried a
protein?
cricket bar.
Yeah, how'd that taste?
The taste just wasn't great, but it didn't.
Okay.
It probably wasn't the taste of the cricket.
I wonder how much protein is in a cricket.
They say it's like high, but you got to shove a lot of crickets into that bar.
Say it one more time.
The protein, I guess, level is high, but you got to shove a lot of crickets into that bar.
Protein?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
It's like they say there's protein in broccoli. Yeah, of course. There's more protein in broccoli per gram than there is in friggin' beef. Cool, but you got to eat a hell of a lot more broccoli.
Yeah, there's about 13 grams of protein.
And like 50,000 crickets.
No, it's not that bad. 3.5 ounces.
That's like 50,000 crickets. They fit in everything.
Actually, yeah, it's a lot of crickets. I'm not sure about 50,000, but how do we get into this?
Protein,
yeah. So
I'm just a guy that's trying to find the best protein for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Go with simple one. Just go with whey.
But what if I don't want like animal products?
Go vegan. Go to Onnit.com and look for them. Don't they have a?
No, I've tried
protein?
the Onnit hemp protein. It's just too expensive.
Yeah,
it's pretty good, but it's too expensive.
We're not we're balling on a budget. You know what I mean? Is that what you're trying to say?
You could say that.
Yeah, right.
Balling on a budget.
It sounds good though, right? Balling on a budget. If you guys want to use that, you could take it. We should
make a music video on that.
We should make a T-shirt. Balling on a budget. Show that art.
Seriously,
see what I mean?
Right there.
Yo, so let's get into it. Wednesday.
Let's get into it, man.
Wednesday, you went to Pure MMA. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What's the details? Why were you there?
What are the deets?
Yeah, what are the deets? Give it to me, brother. Stop writing on your notebook.
I'm trying to write down ball on a budget idea. Okay, so
I'll text it to you.
So I went to Pure MMA.
Yeah, where's that located?
That is located in Rockaway, New Jersey.
Okay.
And we went to film Mike Main. He is one of the guys who owns the school, him and his older brother, Andy Main. Andy Main is a pro MMA fighter. Side note, Andy Main is fighting for CFFC in like 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Where? In PA.
Nice.
In Philadelphia. So
Shout
check that out.
Andy.
Andy Main. Guys, push it. He's a really good fighter. He was on The Ultimate Fighter like 8 years ago or something like that. But he deserves to be in the UFC. There's a lot of clowns in the UFC that don't deserve to be there. He deserves to be there. He has the skills. He has the talent. He has the mind. He has the work ethic. He even has the personality. And most of all, he has the record. Nice. So let's get that guy in. Anyway.
Hashtag Andy Main UFC.
Hashtag Andy Main UFC.
Imagine that starts up. That'd be pretty
I hope
dope.
so. You guys should. Anyway, so we went there. I filmed a little like a promo video for our next tournament called the Show the Art Finishers Tournament 3. This is our third tournament. We're doing 2 16-man brackets.
Okay.
145-pound division and 170-pound division. 16 men in each one.
Okay, cool.
And
you said EBI. Right?
EBI rules.
Okay. Who do we have? Is this invite only, or do people kind of
good question?
Put their name in the bag?
So the way we're running it is it's $100 to enter.
Okay.
But that gets put in a pool, and the winner gets $2,000.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So we wanted to, especially right now, we can't really afford to shell out that much money. But what we can do is say, hey guys, listen, you're not going to compete. You're not gonna spend your money for competition. It's not gonna go in vain.
Yeah.
You have a chance to make returns on that money.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if you can get your sponsor to pay that $100.
True.
But anyway, the winner gets $2,000. Usually, the last 2 tournaments, we were able to get extra money from sponsors to give like bonuses, like fastest submission and
okay,
and
cool,
like things like that. So we do little bonuses. We're also having super fights, kids super fights.
Dope.
And the guy that we're working with, Zach, good friend of mine, he runs a school, 10th Planet Bethlehem. He got the word from Eddie that they're no longer doing Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
That they're no longer doing kid super fights in EBI because of their deal with UFC Fight Pass. UFC Fight Pass does not want it.
They don't want that on their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
They just don't want to have to deal with that. I guess.
Which sucks because all those kid matches or those juvenile, whatever it is, were really fun, man. They're really fun to watch. But go on.
So he suggested that we take the reins on that.
Dope.
And hopefully keep that ball rolling so that one day they do get back on UFC Fight Pass.
Is Grace coming on?
So Grace Gundrum will be in the competition.
Nice.
She will be the headliner as far as the super fights.
She should.
Yeah.
She is.
So
awesome,
if anybody
man.
out there, she is, man.
Yeah, man. Her calmness is pretty dope. Speaking of calmness, I'm just gonna veer off real quick. I was at mind you, I'm still new to jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. So I was at a Naga tournament for one of our.
Still new to jiu-jitsu, just so in case you come and roll with him. No, I'm new. He's wearing a blue belt. Come on,
so I was at one of the Naga tournaments and for one of our boys. You were there. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at like all the competition. There's one guy just competing super calm, like. And super calm and just like wiping the floor with everybody with that calmness. Yeah. Same look.
That was probably like me, right?
Not even close. Kinda, I said calm, okay? And collected, okay?
Not scared and intimidated.
Yeah, I was like, who is this dude? Because it was advanced one, right? I don't know that's how it works, right? Advanced and
in Nogi they do like novice, beginner, intermediate. Advanced.
Yeah, advanced, and all of a sudden someone says,
Abraham
Mikey,
Awad.
let's go, Mikey. And it turns out it was Mikey Main. Yeah, so I remember hearing his name, but I was like, oh,
who's coaching me?
Yeah, no, not even close.
Oh,
you're still going on with this.
Yeah.
You're whatever I'm saying about him is a total opposite for you. Okay, so I'm cool, calm, collected, cool again. You know what I mean? Just demolishing his enemies or his opponents. Okay, take whatever I said. Whatever is the flip version of that.
Like
that's you.
Opposite.
Complete opposite.
Okay.
That's what you are. Well, in my books.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. No.
In my humble opinion.
Hey. Listen, you're
teach his own, right?
To each his own.
So shout out to Mikey for listening to this, man. It was cool watching you compete. Just cause,
No, Mike Main is a great competitor.
Yeah,
and he's got wrestling skills. He's got jiu-jitsu skills. He trains in the gi, no gi. He does it all as far as grappling. Yeah, and he's competing at our next tournament. Yeah, for the second time. No, third time. He's competed every single one.
145 or 170?
He's doing the 145. Nice. And Mikey Main was in EBI twice. Mikey Main had the privilege, and the
opportunity
and the kind of bad luck to fight
Gio,
one of the favorites in both tournaments. So the first time he was in EBI, he fought I believe it was Joao Miao, one of the Miao brothers. First match.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, because Miao, you're in a sub-only tournament style, and Miao is like unsubmittable. Yeah, like no one submits him. Yeah. Those guys, they get their feet broken and they don't care.
They don't submit.
Yeah. So he got that. Then the second time he fought Gio Martinez.
I remember watching that one, and that was going back and forth. Again, like it was just super calm. Yeah. And like from my experience, my 2-year experience, it's intimidating when you face someone like super calm because like I don't want to do anything because I just feel like you're ready for anything and you're just gonna reverse this on me.
And that's what being a higher level student.
Man.
Like that's an X factor that comes into play.
True.
So
let's get back to Grace.
Okay. So Grace, she's gonna be in the tournament. If anybody out there, we're still looking for an opponent for her because it's hard to find opponents that are. It's hard to say. They have
themselves.
Yeah, they have the experience level to compete with her.
I get you.
Because she's gone against opponents
at high levels
in the last year that just weren't up to par with her. You know, it's hard to be competitive with her. She's just kind of, above,
like a savant.
Yeah, she's
right?
she's really good. She's past her age as far as how good she is, and so we're looking for someone that can compete with her.
Cool. So if anyone's out there that has anyone or knows anyone that might want to compete against, or
of
just
course
compete. Period. Not even just Grace, just compete.
Mm-hmm. Of course, they need to be the same size. We want to give everyone a fair shot.
Yeah.
But and if you're interested in doing a super fight at our tournament and you're 16 and under, email us, Facebook us, Instagram us, find us, go to Finishers Sub Only on Instagram or on Facebook. You could do that too, so check us out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have some good competitors.
Nice,
so yeah, we film Mike Main for these little countdown shows.
Okay. Nice.
And then
so are you going to be doing that with everyone? All the opponents or all the key opponents? What do we got going on?
We're doing that not for everyone because there's 32 guys.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like 2 brackets, 16. That's a lot of people.
So we're just gonna do a handful. We're gonna do a handful,
cool.
And this is the first time we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're trying to raise the bar for ourselves. So we're gonna do a handful. It's just like a mini countdown, like
to get you excited.
To get you excited. Hear these guys
to
talk.
wet the tip.
That's it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that infamous Ames that a lot of people use, like UFC and these big organizations, to get you interested in the fights.
Yeah.
They get you to know the fighters
and buy in. That's how they get you, just to know them on like a personal level. Because it's cool it's cool seeing people compete, but when you know what they're fighting for, or you know what they're going through, then you get kicked in. I mean, kicked in.
Yeah.
I just saw someone.
Another person that is confirmed for that division is Mike Davila.
Who
is also an EBI.
Yeah.
And he had a great performance. And he is actually our first champion, Mike Davila, from our Finishers 1 tournament. So he's coming back. We also have Nicky Ryan.
Okay.
The prodigal. How do you say it? Prodigal?
I don't. The prodigal?
He's a prodigy. But
the prodigal son.
He's a prodigy, yeah. But he's the little brother of Gordon Ryan, the guy who's kind of on top of the Nogi world right now. Yeah.
Man.
He's 15 years old.
At 145 as well.
Yeah, he's given up like 10, 15 pounds to be in it. He recently did the ADCC North American Trials on the East Coast.
Placed third.
He lost via armbar to a very talented Jason Hayden, who's the brother of Josh Hayden, who ironically recently lost to his older brother Gordon Ryan at EBI.
Right.
So there's a little
little family.
Which another
competition.
Another ironic kind of weird thing is that Jason and Josh Hayden, their school is now a Tom DeBlas affiliate.
Yeah.
And Tom DeBlas is Gary Tonen's professor, and Gary Tonen is Gordon Ryan and Nicky Ryan's professor, one of them. So weird.
Yeah,
but
it's weird, but they're all cool.
They're all cool and they're ready to compete.
Yeah, so I dig that.
Yeah, man.
Not the Haydens, though, right? Are the Haydens jumping on board too, competing?
Possibly.
Okay,
Possibly.
Cool.
We're trying to get everybody involved.
Nice, man.
So it's going to be a great tournament. It's going to be a great event.
What's Ryan
Hall?
Nicky Hall. He's competing. He has another. Nicky Ryan. I'm sorry. He has another. He has like a super fight. With,
I forgot about that. Nicky Ryan is fighting. Is competing against
Kennedy.
Cobrinha's son.
Oh, that's his son.
That's Cobrinha's son.
Oh.
At the Studio 540 event in 2 weeks, and Gordon Ryan is fighting Felipe Pena.
Oh, that's all
in a
the
1
same
hour.
one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh. And then I think
had
Gary's
no idea
that
was Cobrinha's son.
Yeah.
No idea.
Kennedy Maciel. That's Cobrinha's son.
Dope. I just thought that was like his next one that he was like grooming to.
No, that's his kid.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, and he's good. He's good.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's nice to see that because that inspires me. Because I don't know if I told Abe. You guys
Breaking
can know.
news.
Breaking news. I'm having a boy.
Nice.
So yeah. So
congrats,
man. So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Like it gets me excited to kind of. Hopefully, my son will kind of like take the things that I enjoy.
You
Whatever.
should call your son Cobrinha.
No, it's Amesito.
Okay.
You like that?
Amesito.
Yeah.
Okay.
All my Dominican friends named him that. So that's
nice.
it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So enough about that. Enough about your life.
Enough of that boring news. The unimportant. Off with the unimportant. But going back to that, man.
Yeah.
So it's pretty like these super fights
yeah.
that we have going is pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna have a couple of them. Yeah, it's gonna be a great event.
Nice.
So keep it up.
Yeah. What's the date?
January 28th. We're gonna have it live on our YouTube page.
There you go.
For free.
Nice, man.
And yeah. So that's that. That is it.
So that's pretty good. So wrapping that along, let's move on to like some MMA stuff.
Yeah,
man.
let's do it, man. It's a lot of breaking stuff, like Daniel Cormier.
That
injured.
Sucks, man. Oh yeah, we didn't even get to talk about
Let's
that.
just go through the news.
Let's just wrap up the week.
Yeah.
Right?
Daniel
Friday.
Cormier injured, canceled the fight with Anthony Johnson.
But now we have someone filling in for him is Mr. Kelvin Gastelum. Is he?
No. Kelvin Gastelum is fighting Tim Kennedy.
That's
Tim Kennedy.
there's so many things. Yeah. So Anthony Johnson turned down a fight, right?
Yes,
I
he
believe.
turned down a fight with Kelvin or Tim Kennedy. He turned down a fight with somebody.
I think Gegard.
Yes, Musasi.
Yeah.
Because he said it's not worth it. I
Mhm.
could just wait a couple more months and get the title shot again.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
why would I? Which is perfectly fine, of course.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Why risk it?
There's no
basically.
reason to risk it when you
Yeah.
have the title shot in the bag. Like,
Mhm.
he would be dumb to take another fight.
I think
Unless
he would.
he's-
Yeah, I would think most likely he would win against Musasi, but
Yeah.
in
But no,
MMA,
Musasi's a great fighter.
yeah,
man.
in MMA you never know. I will never sleep on anyone just because we've been surprised
Yeah.
so many
And
times.
Musasi would be kind of dumb to take that fight because Musasi just put himself in line for a title shot
Yeah,
in the middleweight division. Like
true.
he's like within a win of getting a title shot
Yeah.
against a solid opponent. You don't want to go up a heavier weight class and fight like a ferocious animal.
Yeah. No, you don't.
That's-
man.
yeah.
That is, he is an animal.
Yeah.
But so he's just gonna wait in the wings.
He's
And-
just gonna wait. Cormier's gonna get some groin surgery.
yeah, that sucks.
So that sucks.
6 to 8. What's a healing process on that?
It's
I don't know.
A lot of ice.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Nice that puppy up.
Yeah.
So move like we said, we just mentioned earlier, Kelvin Gastelum will be filling in for
Rashad Evans.
Rashad Evans. There
Yeah,
you go.
Rashad Evans. I don't know. There's some weird stuff
Yeah,
going
I
on.
wonder what. Do
Yeah.
you have any
no idea.
kind of speculation?
Sometimes, well, he said that for the longest time he's had whatever this issue is, it's probably like a weird curve on the EKG graph or something. But he's always fought with it, and they always accepted it. But then
I wonder what changed.
yeah. Well, they said the New York Athletic Commission is new to this MMA stuff.
Okay. I was
And
gonna
then-
say the
yeah.
new owners stopped it.
So another thing that happened was Anthony Pettis and Max Holloway's fight
That is gonna
turned
be dope.
into the main event. Yeah.
I'll take that.
And it's for the interim featherweight
Yeah,
title. They
which is-
stripped Connor of the title.
what are your thoughts on that whole thing?
Weird. I
It's
don't.
funky, right?
Yeah. They stripped Connor of the title, which they said they were going to do, which is a power move. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether Connor agreed to it or not,
Yeah, it's no choice.
which he probably agreed to, it was like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
But that was a power move. I'm glad they did that because it moves divisions along.
Yeah.
And they took advantage of an opportunity, and he became a 2-division champion. Hey,
That'll always be in the books.
they had to do that, and
That will always be in the
yeah.
books.
But now let's move things along. So,
yeah.
but what you were saying is, why did they do an
It's-
interim title?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why is because they lost the main event
main
with
event, yeah.
Rumble Johnson and Cormier,
Mm.
so they needed something to get people watching,
Yes.
purchasing.
But
the
I think they
pay-per-views.
could have easily just. That's already a spectacular
Yeah,
fight.
man.
You
I
have-
understand though.
Yeah, Anthony Pettis is a popular fighter.
Yeah.
Max Holloway is becoming a popular fighter, and Max Holloway is starting to say, like, he's starting to get in the limelight and try to.
He is.
try to-
He's talking a lot more.
Yeah.
Yip yapping.
So all they had to do was say that this is for a fight against one of the greatest of all time, Jose Aldo.
Yeah. Or this could determine who's next in line.
No, this is.
So wait, so Jose doesn't have. So does he have the title now?
Yeah, Jose Aldo has been upgraded from interim champion to the featherweight champion.
Oh.
Yes. So that's why it's weird. It's like
That's that's what's really throwing me off.
I get that because that's what normally happens. The interim champ becomes the unified undisputed champ.
Yes.
But it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's exciting though.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tune in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We will be purchasing the pay-per-view.
But both guys are like, we know it's not
Yeah.
the real belt. We
This
need to
is-
beat Aldo first.
Exactly.
And I'm glad Aldo's getting back into the UFC. He's getting
Thank
back to
goodness,
fighting.
man.
I think he was just making a power move, saying like, I'm gonna hold out until you guys give me what I want.
Yeah.
You guys have been unfair, and now I'm gonna do what I need to do. And he did it, and he's getting what he wanted. He wanted to an opportunity to be a champion again, and he did.
Yeah.
He wanted a shot at Conor, a rematch, one that he deserved, and he's still going to fight for it, but in the meantime, he's going to move along with the division.
He even talked about bumping up to follow him.
I think he's always talked about moving up in weight.
Yeah, he does. He always had trouble here and there, like not always, but he had trouble here and there trying to make weight. Yeah, so it makes sense. It makes sense for
what's
him.
Cool is the way this can unravel is Anthony Pettis and Max Holloway. If Anthony Pettis wins and gets a shot at Jose Aldo to unify the belt, this is a fight that was supposed to happen years ago when Anthony Pettis was champ.
That's true. Who do you have winning? No, let's stick with Holloway Pettis. Who do you have winning?
Oh man, it's tough, man. Holloway's on a winning streak, a long winning streak, and he's super confident. Yeah. He's really good right now. But Anthony Pettis,
hot right now.
He's so hot right now.
That Max Holloway.
Yeah. Anthony Pettis, he's back in the win column, and he had a really good win last fight.
Yeah.
And he's cutting weight, so he's probably the bigger fighter in this fight, which helps him out against Max Holloway, who's really tough, super tough.
Yeah.
I would give it to Anthony Pettis because of the resume speaks for itself, and now Anthony Pettis is not the smaller fighter.
Yeah.
And Max Holloway is good at distance fighting. He's got a long reach, and he's not going to really be able to use that advantage against Anthony Pettis.
That's a bigger man.
He's a bigger man, and Anthony Pettis is a distance fighter as well. He likes to use his range. He likes to use his kick. So that's where it gets murky.
Yeah. Is Max Holloway, if I'm not mistaken, he's not really a counter defensive fighter. He's more of like, I'll bring it to you.
Yeah, he's an in-your-face fighter, but kind of like Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
They're in your face, but they're good at countering too.
Okay, I get you. Yeah. That's the reason why it's kind of up in the air. Well, in my opinion, it's up in the air just because you have two people that don't. It's like those styles are clashing. It's just like whoever catches who first.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Opposed to like if it's Jose versus Anthony Pettis, I think Jose is gonna wipe the floor with him. I even think he would beat Max Holloway just because we saw it with. Who is it? Frankie Edgar, when he was just countering and he put on a clinic. It was that fight, right?
That was against Frankie Edgar.
So same exact thing. It's just like maybe he like evolved a little bit, or he just unleashed this new technique that you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think with those two, I don't know who's gonna win, but against Jose, I think Jose is just gonna win.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying, "Oh man, Max Holloway is going to if he fought Aldo, he'd wipe the floor with him. He'd beat him." And it's weird to me how people count. You lose once and they count you out.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Aldo lost to Conor, and he sucks now.
Yeah,
you
become an afterthought.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then like he sucks now, and then to add to that, like you lose once, you suck. And then to add to that, if somebody talks shit about you saying that you suck even worse.
Yeah,
and it's like, what? Just because somebody says you're not good does not mean you are not good.
Yeah.
And just because you lose does not mean you're not good.
It's crazy how you get so easily invalidated.
Yeah.
Like with the crowd, right? Like Ronda Rousey, biggest example.
Wow.
Like like all the experts. I wish we could just play a video of like everyone talking about like pre-fight.
Talking about people.
It's like, oh, easy fight. She's like one of the greatest female fighter. Yada yada yada. And right after it's done, like, oh, we saw this one coming.
She sucks, man. She needs to get rid of her coach. I said she should get rid of her coach, and I think it's not that she should get rid of her coach, even though I'm going off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I think she should add more coaches.
No,
he should be the boxing coach. She needs an MMA coach.
Yeah.
She needs a.
It's one of those things. It's not even like critics who are uneducated. It's like former fighters kind of like flip flopping.
Yeah.
I don't remember who, but just the tone was so it's so funny, man.
You calling people out?
No.
No, but you're right. It's so funny. It's crazy how that happens. How people's minds work. When just be unbiased. Just look at the facts. You know, Ronda was dismantling people, and she lost once, and it looked like. It didn't look, even though like people said, oh, she'd probably lose. If she's gonna lose to Holly, it would be that way.
Okay.
But
there's few people. I don't remember a lot of people saying
I was
that.
saying that.
Oh, okay.
I was saying that. I was saying if anybody could beat her, it would be Holly because of the reach and
the stand up,
the way she fights. Okay. She's very like movement but I didn't think she was gonna win.
Yeah.
You know,
man.
I wasn't counting her in fully. But it's like. She had a bad fight too, you know. She had a bad fight that was uncharacteristic of her. Yeah. Like Jose Aldo, perfect example. he lost to Conor, got knocked out quick.
Yeah.
That's very uncharacteristic of him.
Mhm.
So it's not like he was being outclassed for a round or two, right?
Mhm.
So when you look at that factor, you say, all right, there's some questions that need to be answered.
Yeah.
Then Aldo comes out and defeats Frankie Edgar the way he did, adjusting. It looked
Yeah.
like he maybe evolved, or he evolved his mindset.
Yeah.
And he dismantled Frankie Edgar very technically.
Yeah. Man.
Shouldn't that like reconfirm? Oh no, he's fine.
He's still good.
He's still good.
He's still good.
In
man.
fact, he's better than ever
Yeah.
because he's now willing to go outside of Jose Aldo game plan
Mhm.
instead of just being Jose Aldo. You have to deal with me. It's like, no, I'm good enough to adjust.
Yeah, man.
And that's what he was missing.
And that's a great part about UFC or just MMA. It's just you have another chance to kind of climb
Word.
back up
Yeah.
the rank. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I love about the sport.
Let's
no
go,
matter
Chip.
what- yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, Chip.
Yeah.
We don't go into boxing, but yeah, man.
But
so,
that's the difference with MMA and boxing.
Yeah.
MMA, you could lose, and
no big deal.
no big deal. You could lose
Yeah.
3 fights. You could have
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 fights, losses on your record.
Mhm.
Anderson Silva has like 6 losses on his record.
Yeah.
He's still
And
considered
he's
one of the
still
greatest of all
considered
time.
the GOAT.
GSP, he has what, 2 fights, 2 losses on his record.
Who was the other one?
John-
So Matt, Sarah,
Matt Serra has a couple losses. All
and
the
Matt
greats.
Hughes. No, who did GSP lose to? Matt
Hughes and Matt Serra.
Oh, so 2 Matts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By armbar and by knockout. But he
Yeah.
avenged both losses. But
Did he ever?
yeah. But it's like
Yeah.
in boxing, you lose once, you freaking
It's
suck,
hard,
dude.
yeah. The one person right now who got a loss but is shining really bright is Canelo Alvarez.
You were gonna say
Yeah.
Canelo? I was gonna say Lomachenko.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah.
dude
But
is
so-
nasty.
Oh, you watched some of it? Yeah,
I'm
man.
trying to
Good.
learn a little bit
The
more
art-
about boxing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. So Lomachenko, he actually lost his first pro debut.
That was
There
his
was
debut?
so much
Are you sure
hype.
it was the debut?
Yeah, it was his debut
Okay.
because he had like 100 plus. Not professional, amateur boxing
Amateur.
matches,
Yeah.
clean record ever.
He's
like
so nasty.
Yeah, he's nasty,
Yeah.
man. And the guy that he put a hurting on, Nicholas Walters, is really good too.
Okay.
So it's not one of those like, oh, just throw him in with a bum or whatever.
Nice.
So
No,
it's like watching The Matrix.
He kind of inspired me to watch to get to just follow boxing a little bit more.
Dope, I'll take it.
I love the way he moves.
Yeah.
I love how he has little tricks.
Yeah,
I love how he like
man.
paws across and slaps the glove down and then hits you with
Yep.
that side. He's so nasty.
Yeah, he's so
Yeah.
hot right now. That
He's
Lomachenko. Yeah,
so
man.
hot
So
right
it's like it's just my wish is like to get all these fighters fighting each
Yeah.
other, man. So like him, he's doing really well. He's another one.
Yeah.
That was a good point. And Canelo, he's like the highest.
Canelo.
He's probably like the biggest one
Okay.
right now, and they're trying to get him and Triple G
nice.
fighting. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't think anyone wants these Eastern Europeans
Oh
are
my god, these guys
tough,
don't play.
man. I think about Triple G, Lomachenko. I don't know. Well, I might get that wrong, but just a Europe, like just tough
Yeah.
mentality, man.
Hell yeah.
Freaking Khabib.
As
just,
long as you're not from America, you're tough.
I
Man.
know. Yeah, you're not entitled. So as long as you're not entitled,
Yeah.
you're gonna put in hard work.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna do well in combat
Yeah.
sports. If you come from like
Hell
a
yeah.
No, let's stick with MMA since we went to boxing. Let's go
Okay.
back to MMA.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this MMA association or this whole
Oh,
union
man.
thing they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Man. So what are your thoughts on that? Can
So-
you fill me in? I like. I've heard like.
They didn't give too many details about
Okay.
what they're, but like any union is, it's unifying not the
Athlete?
not the athletes, the workers, the
Okay. Yeah.
the people that are employed, the employees. You're unifying them so that they can have more of a push to get what they want, right?
Gotcha.
To not be taken advantage of.
Mhm.
So what they're trying to do is not be paid so little. They want more money. They
Yeah.
feel that there's a lot more money out there to give,
There's
they're
more
not
pie
getting.
to eat.
Yes, they want more slice of the pie for everybody, and that's what they're doing. And there's a couple of stars that are on the board: Tim
Mhm.
Kennedy and Cain
Cain
Velasquez,
Velasquez,
T.J. Dillashaw, GSP, and Bjorn Rebney.
That one.
That's what's weird.
Yeah. Who is it? Who's the manager? Malik Kawa. Is that it pronounced? Right?
Malky Koa, yeah.
Yeah. He was just totally gay. He was like, I'm cool
Yeah.
with this stuff, but that dude.
Yeah.
All I heard were like negative things about
Uh-huh.
him. I was listening to Fight
Who
with the
said?
Kid.
I think it was. Who was it? I think it was King Mo that said something like
Okay.
he's really against it. And I think it was him that was saying it was like it was like Don King running your bank account.
Yeah.
He was like, I think it was him, but he was like, you're a fighter. Don King is like what does Don King do? He's like a manager.
He takes your money.
Yeah, and Don King's like, hey man, I'm gonna start a checking account for you. Is that cool? Just give me all your money. I'll put it in there.
That's funny.
And it's like, huh?
I wonder.
There's a bias.
Yeah.
There's a bias.
I wonder what made the athletes or the workers kind of think, okay, let's have him on board.
Well,
because no one, I didn't hear anything positive about this guy. I just heard he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
He's just like not for the fighters, that kind of thing. So.
Well, I heard that. Oh, well, he's not on the board. He's just our inside man. He's gonna help us with the dirty little secrets.
I see.
It's kind of like to clean up the streets. You need a street guy.
I get
but
you.
It's
that
like,
makes perfect sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's still like, this guy has every reason to have an agenda.
Yeah.
I mean, he got fired from Bellator, the company he started, kind of, because they didn't like him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that he has shady business. He does shady business deals, and he's been out of the scene for a while. So it's like, of course, it seems like Rebney is the guy that was manning this project for the last year or two.
I see.
And so he knows he's not going to be on the board, but he's the guy manning it, running it.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for fighters getting more money, and I think also they're trying to get like better health benefits because these guys are getting surgeries left and right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's so tough because
I understand both. I mean, I understand the fighters. At the end, I'm probably going to side with the fighters just because I don't know the detail that's happening to them.
Yeah.
I heard a few from an ex-UFC fighter telling me like how like crappy they treat them. Or whatever. It's like, and you have no choice. It's like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do this, or do you want to get cut, or do you want to not get paid?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So hopefully that changes because we all want the best for these.
But
fighters,
it's like
man.
that happens everywhere, man.
Yeah.
They're acting like this just happens in MMA.
No, that's
no,
true.
that shit happens if you work at Target, if you work at Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter where you work. There's always going to be an issue with pay. Everyone's always going to want more money. There's always going to be an issue with, like, hey, if you don't do this, there's consequences.
Yeah.
Or ultimatums. It's just the way this government works.
The tough part is with this one is those places you probably have a little more, not insurance, but your shelf life at that whatever job a little bit longer, opposed to like MMA.
I think
like football.
I think if you sign with a big organization like the UFC and Bellator, these big companies, they should provide the health care. I think at least, at the very least,
especially if you're making that much money, man, because MMA is really popping off. I really want to see the stats right now on the rise of MMA just this year.
Yeah,
'cause
let's see that curve.
Yeah, let's see what Conor did, because a lot of that is due to Conor. Man,
partly.
Without a doubt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to see what happens. It's very interesting. But I don't think that. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Yeah, what was I gonna say about the fighters union? Shit. Crap.
Yeah. Well,
crud.
That sucks. I'm pretty sure it's not those words. I
was gonna say about I think another thing they want to do is, like, a lot of companies give you a 401k and retirement plans and stuff like that. They're looking for that too. It's like, dude, save some money.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I can save money and I don't have a big paying job. Like, anybody could save money. If you aren't saving money, that's your own fault. So as far as that, they don't have to give you a retirement plan or a 401k. That's on you.
Yeah.
A lot of companies do that as perks so that you stay with them.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's a tough one, man.
Bro.
It's a tough sell. As he's talking to me, someone posted up a video of, we're talking about Ronda Rousey and just showing her handwork.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good hips.
And it just gets really
boom,
bad.
boom, boom, boom,
boom. So what were we talking about? So man, I think I don't have anything else to say because I'm saying
it's pretty good. But guys, check out UFC this weekend. We got Demetrius Johnson fighting the winner of the Ultimate Fighter show, Tim Elliott. You got a bunch of good fights. The week after, you have UFC Fight Pass. You have EBI 10.
Oh yeah,
check
man.
that out. That's gonna be awesome.
There's another
and 5 grappling.
There you go.
Flow grappling.
So there's a lot going on.
A lot
this
of jiu-jitsu,
weekend.
a lot of MMA. Next week is gonna be a couple of good fights, including Holloway Pettis. So check it out. And guys, as always, please, if you like this podcast, give us a good rating on iTunes. Like, subscribe on Facebook, iTunes.
Rate this bad boy
Rate
up,
it, Stitcher,
man.
everything.
Help us out.
Yeah.
Help a brother
Follow us on
out.
Instagram, Show the Art X, Amesy Pie, at Show the Art Abe, our new at Show the Art Podcast Instagram.
We're doing big things, people. And
yeah.
check out the tournament. Where do they locate that if they want to get more information?
FinishersJujitsu.com.
There you go, guys. We're out. Peace.